Aroim. That's why you have a concept of Rav Tana who Polig. Rav actually could argue. But overall, Rav is namish, massive, sheva massive. And Rav Chizda was a Talmud of his. And Rav Chizda says, this thing that I'm about to tell you, our great Rav, our great rabbi says, he said this thing. And before he actually quotes him, he gives him a bracha, which you don't find so often. He says, V'hamakom yiyeh be'ezrei. V'hamakom and Hashem's called the Makom, I'll tell you why in a second. Hashem yiyeh be'ezrei should be a help to him. I'm about to tell you something from my Rebbe Rav. And by the way, Hashem should be a help to him. Hamakom yiyeh be'ezrei. Anybody know why Hashem's called Hamakom? We go to a Shiva house, we say, Hamakom minachem esem b'seich sharve, and there's other times you say it. What's Hamakom? Why do we call Hashem Hamakom? What? You know why? So the reason why is because Hashem is the Makom of the world. The world's not like Hashem's place, Hashem's here, Hashem's there. The thing that he's in the Beis Hamikdash, he's not in the Beis Hamikdash. He's just as much in your pinky as he is in the Beis Hamikdash. But there's a concept that we could come closer to him in those ways. There's a whole discussion of what that means. He's in the Beis Hamikdash. But at the end of the day, Hashem is everywhere. That's why people don't like the song. Hashem is here, Hashem is there, Hashem is... It means like he's everywhere. He's not everywhere. He is everything. He is every place. He's not here. He is the place. So one of the reasons we say by somebody who dies, we say Amakim Menachem, is because they feel like they lost something, like they're missing someone, like a place. Hashem should fill you. Hashem's everywhere. Hashem's in all the places. Hashem is the place of everything. So don't feel sad about your place. So he said, Hashem should be your help. So he gave him a bracha. It sounds like Rav was alive, right? You don't give such a bracha if he's not alive. So Chizah is saying this when Rav's alive. And listen to what he says. Lo shanu, they did not teach in the Mishnah when it says if there's more berries than leaves that it's possible. They didn't teach that it's possible. Ella, rather, in a specific case. When it's b'mokum echad, when there's such a high concentration of so many berries in one spot, more than all the leaves on the branch, but the berries are concentrated in one spot. But if the berries are scattered either 2 or 3 spots, kosher. The hadas is kosher even if there's more berries than leaves. You have to see the picture to really get appreciation for this. Page Memvav. Picture pay. Picture pay, you got over there more berries than leaves in one spot. There's a huge concentration in the middle, and that's more than all the leaves. That's a problem, says Rav Chizda. That's what the Mishnah means from Rav. But picture pay aleph, when it's 2 or 3 places, so it's throughout the entire hadas, there's more berries than leaves. There is. But it's still scattered. That's okay. That's kosher. This is what my big Rebbe, Rav, says. That's what Chizah. Okay. Amar le Rava. Rava said to him, Rava, by the way, Rava was a son-in-law. He was an Eidim by Rav Chizah. Rava married Rav Chizah's daughter. We had a story once, we spoke about it. Rav Chizah had a daughter, and he said to her, who do you want to marry? And he said she wanted to marry, was Rami Bar Chama? She said, like, Rami Bar Chama or Rav? And Rami Bar Chama, and her first husband died. She said, I want to marry both. I might say her first husband died, and Rava ended up marrying her afterwards. So Rava was a son-in-law by Rav Chizda. And Rava said to him, no, it doesn't make any sense. We turn the page. Give him a base. Shnayim u'shloshim ekemes have a menumar upasal. No, that's even worse. If it's 2 or 3 places along the hadas, that's menumar, that's spotted. A leopard is a number. Spotted. The reason why it's called a nemer is because it's spotted. That's very spotted. That's for sure a problem. That's not beautiful. Upasal, and it's pasal. You're right. You're saying this idea, if there's more berries than leaves in one area, that's much worse than if it's spread out throughout. No. If it's spread out, it's even less beautiful. It's a din and beautiful. It's not hadar. It's a problem. It's not beautiful. So he says that no. Fakert, if anything, that should be more of a problem. If these black berries scattered throughout the lot, I'd rather be concentrated in one spot. Okay, that place doesn't look so nice. Now the whole thing looks spotted. Says Rava, I don't believe that's what Rabbeinu Hagadol Rav said. I believe you said something else. Elo rather, Imar, if it was stated something from Rav, Hochi Imar, this is how it was stated. Okay? If there's something that was said, I'll tell you what was said. he quotes the Mishnah again just before he says it. Or if there were more berries than leaves, pasal. That's the lashon of the Mishnah. Says Rava, this is what my shver said. Amar of Chizda, says of Chizda, Davar zeh Rabbeinu Agada Amar. This thing, our great master, our great Rav says, referring to Rav. So Rava wasn't, I guess, heard this from Rav Chizda way later in his life, because he's saying if my shver said something from Rav, this is what he said. V'amokim yeh bezrei, and Hashem should be of help to Rav. Rav Chizda said like this in the name of Rav. Lo yishanu, they did not teach that it's possible. Elo, rather, in what case? Anova of shechayros, when its berries are black. That's the issue. Avol anova of yeruka hadasu. That's the same type, the same color as the hadas. It doesn't look so different. The kosher and its kosher. This is what Rav said. Rav said this thing when there's more berries and leaves, nothing to do with 2 or 3 places or one place. Forget about that. He said something else. When are berries a problem and there are more berries than leaves? When the berries are black. But when the berries are green, that looks very similar to the leaves, and it's not such a lack of beauty.
He's coming to say that because he never said the first
thing. Yeah, he never said the first thing. You heard it wrong. Yeah, they actually asked him to keep his bothered by. It's so off. They asked us.
Who's bringing down Rav Chizda?
So Rav Chizda, I guess the Gemara said over the name of Rav Chizda, and Rav said, if my shver said something over the name of Rav, it was something else. Everyone misunderstood her. And this is what he said. But they do ask this question. It's like a huge difference. It's not like similar. It's like completely off. So they asked this, but yes, it was something totally different. Take a look at the picture to get an appreciation of it. It's on page Memvav. And it is picture Pei Beis and Pei Gimel. Okay? Pei Beis is where the berries are black. It doesn't look nice. Major contrast to the green hadas. But picture Pei Gimel where they're green berries, that's okay. That's very similar to the hadas, and that's kosher. That is what my shver said in the name of Rav.
Okay? If they turn from black to green on Yantiv.
If they turn from black to green,
so
you right. We're going to see it right now.
If they were bad, then they turned good.
Yeah. So wait 1 second. Wait for that question 1 second, because it'll be negated to this. On that, Rav Papa said on this, Adumais, what about red berries? Now, when you're thinking red, don't think like pitch, like mamish, like red, like I don't know, like a red light on a green light, red light. Not that red, not as red as a stick. Very good. Red. Take a look at the picture of red. It's on page Memvav. Picture Pei Daled. Over there, picture Pei Daled. It's just the top of it's red. It's like starting to turn red. It's not like very red. So what about those types of red? What would you say? How about our red? Same as black or same as green?
Green matches.
Okay, says Rav Papa, very good. Says Rav Papa, Adumais kishchayres damya. Red ones are like black ones. Why? They're not so bad. Why would you say they're like black? It's very negated to us in our lives. We'll see in a second. The Reb Chanina says, Reb Chanina, Hai dam shachar. Reb Chanina is talking about dam nida. Before I tell you what Reb Chanina says, there's a Mishnah Nida that says that there are 5 shades of red that make, when we say dam nida, it's not any shade of red. It's 5 specific colors of red that are a problem. Nowadays, already in the times of the Gemara, we have no clue what they are. They're very, very specific. That shade and this shade. Nowadays, you go to a Rav only knows what red is. We don't know the shades of red. Any red by us is a problem. Okay? But the Mishnah also says that black is a problem. Black is what's about? What's black? Black is red that's starting to dim, and that's why it turns black. So it's starting to dim. It loses its red. It turns into black. When I look at a Mara, so I look. Of course, I'm looking for red. But if something's black and it's pitch black, that is a problem. That could be red. Now it's very rare. It's extremely rare. I've seen perhaps maybe not even one. A lot of the blacks have to be very, very black. Sorry, we learned about this. Spend years looking at this. But you have to be able to see through. If you can see through, it's not such a black. Whatever. There's a way to check. You check in the sunlight. It has to be mamish pitch black. But the reason why it's not because black's a problem. It's because it's red that's turned into black. And that's the Gemara is quoting right now. And you'll see why it applies to Hadas. Dam Reb Chanina says by Dam Nida. He says, "Hi Dam Shachar this black blood that you see on the by Nida, Edoimu, it's really red. Ella Shalaka, it's deteriorating. It's red, but rather it is deteriorating. So says the Rav Papa, you know why red berries are a problem? Really, they're not so bad as black. But red already are like have a hilchus black because they're on their way to turning black. They already have this like they're not the color of the. You're right. This moment, I don't think they look so bad, but they're heading there. They're heading towards black. They get the status of black, and they're not beautiful. They're not beautiful down on the hadas, and therefore, Rav Papa said that red are like black from this Gemara by Nida.
But if it's dinner harder, the green shouldn't be. It blends in. It's the same color, but
Right, so I hear. So it doesn't blend like you guys had a machlokes about it. How bad is red? But the point is, if it's red and it's heading towards black, I don't think it's because my yanta black. I think in and of itself it's a problem right now. But it gets the halacha of black. It's interesting sushtel to damnida, but the point is that red turns black. So red gets a status of not the color of the hadas.
So
green is
flower,
green.
The berries aren't the issue. It's the color of the berry.
Right. Yes. Comes out the berries are not so much the issue. It's actually more the color than the fact it's a fruit growing on your hadas. It doesn't look nice. If it's green, then we don't see it's camouflaged. But if it's red or black, that's a problem. So we learned in the Mishnah when there's more leaves than berries, it's a problem. Halacha l'maisa, this Gemara is coming out. It means more black or red berries. That is a problem. More than leaves, that is the issue. Nothing to do with where they are on the hadas, if they're scattered, whatever. They're all a problem. Scattered one spot, those are all a problem. But if it depends on their color, that might not be so bad.
Taking them
It's
off
not
is going to be the same way?
What?
Taking them off doesn't make them switch color?
Yeah. If you take them off, it'll be the same thing. It'll be the same thing.
All the followers.
Shia.
How many followers?
Yeah.
Zilch.
Right.
Zilch.